Hi. Hello, everybody. It is Ray's Readings. Welcome back to another extended reading here on YouTube. Yes, I have a kitty. Oh, there she goes. I do not have a kitty. So I hope you're all doing well out there, staying safe, staying in love as much as possible, and staying away from fear as much as possible. So, as per usual, guys, before we get into anything, I'm just going to give you all a very quick explanation on my buddy here, Oyuk. So this is Oyuk. He is handmade by me. He was an idea that was shown to me last year sometime through Spirit in 2020. They let me know that this little fluffy teal friend wanted to come through. He wanted to be manifested in the physical so that he could be here to encourage me to be able to speak my truth, as well as to support me on a mental, physical, emotional, spiritual level, okay? So I should also mention about him as well that part of his reason in wanting to be here in all of these readings is that he very much wants to be a light, loving, accepting, energetic support for everybody that tunes in, okay? So he is not just a prop or a stuffed animal or something that I purchased. He's so much more than that. He's like a one-of-a-kind spirit guide channeled into this physical form, okay? So one final little thing before we get into the singing bowl and the cards is that I just want to leave another reminder here as well to please continue to pray, send love, light, protection, healing to the people of the Ukraine right now. Your light, your good, positive energy is so very needed right now. And it does really make a difference. So please continue to do that. And of course, if there's any other causes, any other people, any other groups that you feel need your light, your support, you can always send that energy out there. It is very much needed, and it really does make a difference in my humble belief. Okay, guys, so with that, we're going to jump into the singing bowl. We're going to join in together for some energetic cleaning, clearing, cleansing, and overall just getting ourselves in the right mindset for the reading today. All right, guys, let's do that. Okay, guys. Hope you're all doing well. Like I said, staying safe, staying in love as much as possible, and staying away from fear as much as possible. But of course, shit happens. We're human, so, we do our best. So just to give you all a very quick gist of what came out in part 1 of this reading over on Instagram, there's a link below to that. Please sit through that before watching this one. We have the Star card in reverse, we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and then we have the Ace of Swords upright. So the overall message that I'm getting from this is that, we've been in a position where we've been feeling kind of stuck for quite a while. We've been trying to manifest things, bring certain things into our lives, and it just hasn't quite or it wasn't happening for a while, and you were kind of going through this whole process in your mind of like, spirit, do I just give up? Do I just throw in the towel? Like, is this stuff going to come through? Like, I'm putting all of this time and energy into these things, and it doesn't seem to be working out for me. And then now it's like the wheel is turning, the energy is shifting, things are starting to go from being stuck to returning to a place of flow, and now all of the blessings are coming through, all of your manifestations are showing themselves, and now, you have this victory, and you can come back into a place of feeling more confident and like, okay, this is it, this is what I've been waiting for, this is what I've been persevering for, this is what I've been putting all my time and energy into, and here it is, here's the reward, here's the payoff for all of my effort. So congratulations for passing the test that the universe is throwing out there for you. Good job on just sticking with it, even though it is incredibly hard for you, I'm sure. You really did good. Okay, so we're going to get into some more tarot cards, and we'll get some more specifics on the situation. This is the Rider-Waite Tarot Gold Sun Edition, by the way. I use this deck all the freaking time here across my different platforms where I do the readings. It's such a lovely deck, and I really like it. I like how the cards feel. I like the size of them. I love just the traditional Rider-Waite tarot imagery, illustrations, I should say, but with a spin. So we're going to see what other things we need to know about this situation, get some more specifics, as a bunch of the cards fall off the top. All right, so this one kind of wanted to come out. It's the Ten of Wands in reverse. Okay, so we're getting rid of struggle. We're getting rid of pushing and pushing and pushing against resistance, right? We're no longer like running into a wall, and I'm just seeing that scene and like the iconic scene from the first Harry Potter movie where they like take the shopping cart and run into the wall, and instead of it being a wall that they smash into, it turns into a portal to, I don't know where it is. I'm sorry, Harry Potter fans out there. I don't know if it's Hogwarts directly or if it's just the magical village or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know. I watched it one time. But that's what I'm seeing. So yeah, instead of just running into a wall and it's a wall and you just hit it and it doesn't go anywhere, it opens up and suddenly the obstacles become open doors, I guess we could say. Yeah, so okay, very interesting. So we have the Queen of Swords coming up. I'm just going to get a bunch more cards before I start talking about them. I feel like just called to do that today. I feel like that works pretty okay. But yeah, very interesting, guys, that we do have the Ten of Wands popping up here. I will talk about this card while I shuffle. If these two want to come out. Yeah, beautiful, guys. Very beautiful energy coming through so far. But with this Ten of Wands, it's a very powerful energy because the Ten of Wands upright, which it is not, it is in reverse, is obviously about caring too much, feeling overburdened, really pushing and struggling to make things happen. And you're no longer pushing and forcing things to happen that don't want to be, right? So it's like what I'm getting is because you stopped pushing and forcing and really giving into your impatience and your impulsivity, which, you know, a lot of us do have, because you stopped like pushing and trying to like challenge and test the divine timing of things, because you step back and you actually release, that again opened the doorway to invite a lot more ease into your life. So you're not just like, come on, why is it not working? And the more you fight and the more that you struggle, is it's almost like fighting against quicksand. The more you're struggling and you're making it worse, you're making yourself sink deeper, and you're also exhausting yourself at the same time, right? So I don't know, there's a lot of different metaphors I could use to just, you know, where there can be a benefit to just relax into it, and then that's where you find solutions. So that's where, or sorry, that's what I'm getting here, is that you relaxed into the situation and you're finding solutions. So it's very funny is I actually came and did the readings yesterday. I meant to do them Monday and that just didn't happen. So I did them yesterday, and then today's the regularly scheduled day to do the readings. And we do have a lot of the cards, some of the same cards coming out here. I believe we had the Star card and the Ace of Swords come out in yesterday's reading. We also have the Four of Cups, which I believe came out in yesterday's reading, and the Seven of Cups, and now the Judgment card. Like, I feel like I'm shuffling pretty well here. So, okay, and then the High Priestess. Some of these I'm going to check the orientation on, but we're going to get into it. So we already talked about this lovely Ten of Pentacles, you know, freeing ourselves from this burden and pushing and forcing. So we're going to move on to the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords, you, to me, so this Ace of Swords, to me, in the context of this reading, is the blessings coming through. This was, what did it say in the guidebook? Let me see. Ace of Swords, triumph. Yes, so this is the triumph coming through for you. So here we have this being offered to you by the universe, right? And then here you are, look, you're taking it. You're like, yes, I will fucking take my victory. Thank you. I will take my triumph and I will sit in it. I will allow it. Again, so very interesting that we have the Queen of Swords and not the King of Swords coming out here, because the Queen is obviously the feminine energy of the king and queen, I guess, for the suit, and the feminine energy is an energy of obviously learning to receive and allow, to learning to surrender and relax and not push and force things and blah blah blah. If you know, I think you can see where I'm getting at, where I'm coming from with that, with the power of the feminine energy. So again, you're taking the triumph and the sword, which is a more masculine, like forceful thing. Obviously, swords can be used to cut through things, right? But you're balancing that out by sitting in. So, you know, you have a closed fist to hold the sword, but I'm also very drawn to this open hand here as well. And it's funny because this hand of the sword actually looks very similar to the one in the Ace of Swords, and it's funny to have this crown on both of them, as right. So I'm getting that you're stepping into your inner authority, you're minding after yourself and your business, you're taking care of what you have to take care of, you're not troubling yourself with other people's problems, or you're just not putting your energy out there into things that don't matter and aren't conducive to what it is that you're trying to grow, what it is that you're trying to build, what it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself. So you're just like, okay, I've been put in this place of ease. I'm getting what I've been working for, so I'm just going to step up and step into the role. So this is a very amazing, very powerful energy that you're rolling with the punches I'm getting, but it's not even punches. You're going with the flow, and you're allowing yourself to accept and receive the victory and the good things that you've been working for, you know, because sometimes that does happen to us, especially if we have a lot of unconscious blocks within us. We can work really hard and put all the time and the effort and the energy into building ourselves up and growing ourselves and what it is that we're trying to work on. But then those subconscious blocks come in when we finally get the payoff for what we've been putting our energy into, and then we like almost can't accept it, and we're like, whoa, like no, I can't do this, right? And so you're not allowing any of that to stop you, right? There are no blocks. Well, the card just startled me. There are no blocks here with the 10 of Wands in reverse, right? So you're not allowing your own unconscious blocks and shadows and resistance to good things coming to you, and to allowing yourself to embrace what it is that you've worked up for. You're not allowing that to stop you from receiving what it is that you know that you deserve, because you've worked for it. And not only that, you are just inherently worthy of these things, right? So I'm also getting that whatever blessings are coming to you are meant for you, you know, whatever lifestyle you're being put into or brought into is meant for you. It's designed for you, you know, and you were designed for what it is that your dreams and your goals are, right? So this is like big stuff. So this could be like a lifelong career path or something. So it's like whatever you dream of, whatever you've been putting your energy into and wanting to get there, it was meant for you. You're meant for that role. So that's why these blessings are coming through. And again, this is just proof here, this Queen of Swords, that you are meant for that role, and that you do have the strength and the maturity to just step into it and allow it, and let it be and bring the thunder is what I'm hearing. Okay, so then we have the Death card up right now. I know this card can freak a lot of people out because it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna die or something, and that's absolutely not it. Death, it's a very beautiful card. I mean, I'm a Scorpio, sun, something else, and rising here talking about this, and so obviously the Death card is the Scorpio sign in the tarot, but the Death card talks all about change and transformation. So again, you're letting your old self, your old ways, your old blocks, your old life die and be reborn. And what's really funny here is I'm just going to actually check the orientation on this card. So it is in reverse. So we have the Death here, and then we have the rebirth here with the Judgment. So, out with the old and with the new, like they say, right? You got to let the old things leave and die out so that you can have that transformation and have new wonderful things coming in for you, right? So that's what this card is signifying, is that you're allowing the things that no longer serve you. You're allowing the person that you used to be that wouldn't have stepped up and accepted the victory, the person who you used to be who would have blocked yourself, who would have been down, who would have refused the calling kind of thing. You're letting that person die out and transform into a new person, into, this Queen of Swords, who is strong enough, and not that you were ever not strong enough or capable enough, but who knows their worth and knows that they are capable of receiving and maintaining. And I think a big word here is maintaining the blessings and the manifestations that you've worked so hard for, right? Because it's not about just doing the thing and putting all the work in and then you get it and then it fizzles out really quickly. This is something that you want to sustain for quite a long time. So again, big significant changes and transformations need to happen so that you can sustain and maintain this kind of energy coming through for you. So very lovely, guys. And if you couldn't tell, the reading, the energy is coming out with a lot of flow today. So it's very powerful, the flow state that is here, because I don't always have this in readings. A lot of the time I'm like, well, sometimes. But yeah, so then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So again, we're letting go of being dissatisfied. We're letting go of being bored. And again, to me, this is another message of letting go of your old life, right? So your old life, you were sitting around, you were bored, you were dissatisfied, you're waiting for something to happen, waiting for a miracle is what I'm hearing, waiting for that call to action, that call to adventure to come through for you and kind of sweep you off your feet and take you into the new life that you've always been wanting. And it's here now. And so you're done just sitting around and be like, oh, I hope that I do something, or that something happens for me. You're not just sitting around and dreaming anymore. You're in a spot where you can do and you're happy to be doing, because it's what you want to do. It's what you're passionate about. It's not just something that you have to do. It's, I don't know, it's just something that you actually want, and it's something that you're aligned. I'm getting that it's whatever this is that's coming through for you, whatever this manifestation is, whatever these goals are, it's something that you're excited to wake up to in the morning. Like I'm just getting with this Four of Cups, if this were, right, goodbye. if this Four of Cups were right, like it landed, this would be somebody who's like dragging themselves out of bed every morning because they have to go do something that they don't want to do that doesn't really feed their soul and call to them. But with it in reverse, this is somebody who's jumping out of bed in the morning and they can't wait to get started on what it is that they have going on because they're excited about it and they're genuinely passionate about it, right? So, ooh, all the cards are falling. So very wonderful, guys. So the next card we have is the Seven of Cups. Yeah, I apologize, guys. The reading is coming out really quickly today, which is good. That's good. But I hope that I'm at least giving like solid enough terms. I know maybe it's a little bit abstract, but it is a general reading, so it's hard to get super, super specific when it is for so many people, right? So we have these Seven of Cups in reverse. So to me, you're not wishy-washy anymore. You've gotten really clear on exactly what it is that you want, who it is that you are, who it is that you want to be, what it is that you want to build, what it is that you want to have, what it is that you want to do. You're not like, okay, like this and this and this, and you're you know, and this energy, if this was upright, you're caught between too many things. You're not being decisive enough, and it's a bit of a dreamy energy because some of these, I mean, there really are no limits, but it's like some of the options, the shiny things that were catching your attention, and then oh, there's another thing, and there goes their attention, and oh, he's a different thing, there goes your attention over there. Some of these things were almost unrealistic, and kind of just like not grounded in reality, where, you know, this being in reverse, and even us having the Four of Cups, which is a lot less cups coming out first, that is again grounding things in reality and picking and choosing what is realistic for you, what it is that you actually want to put your time and energy into, and just instead of spreading yourself thin in so many different avenues that you can't actually keep up with. So this is really getting a clear focus and a clear centering on where exactly you're putting your energy, and knowing and deciding how that is going to pay off for you. So I mean, there's so many examples. There's so many things that you could be building and trying to manifest, but it's just, again, it goes into the Death card as well as picking and choosing wisely what you're putting your energy into, you know, what you're spending your time on, because it's like you're trying to optimize your efficiency, I guess we could say, quote unquote efficiency. So you're not fucking around, you're not fooling around, you're not, you know, there's things out there that are fun, that are interesting, but you're like so focused now and so clear on, okay, here's my end goal, this is what I want to see, this is what I want to build, so this is just a distraction, and this is just a distraction, and this doesn't actually help me out, and you know, but so you're weeding out the things that aren't going to like benefit you and build on each other. So maybe there's different like skills or things that you look into and you're trying to learn, and some of it is just out of interest, which is not a bad thing. But right now you're like, okay, I so clearly have this vision and I want to get there, so I need to just spend all my time so incredibly wisely and mindfully and put it into things that I know are going to pay off and help me move forward, instead of just being like, okay, that's a thing that I did or that I learned, and that knowledge just sits there and does nothing, right? So you're trying to get skills, I'm getting, that are going to build on top of each other and add value to what it is that you're already trying to build. So let's say, for example, off the top of my head, you're trying to be a hairstylist and grow like open your own salon, for example. This is just a thing that came off the top of my head. So you're going to wisely look into different things. So maybe you're going to take some classes on business or cosmetology. Maybe you're going to watch a bunch of videos on YouTube or Skillshare or something like that about different hairstyling techniques, business techniques, stuff about being maybe ecologically friendly to the environment, anyways, with your salon or something like that, right? So you're like, okay, so you know, I like cars and stuff like that, that's cool, but that's not going to help me necessarily with growing my business. So maybe I'll stop watching videos about that. Maybe I'll stop putting money into stuff about sewing because it's not really what I'm into. That has nothing to do with hairstyling or whatever, you know, just like very rough, very dumb examples, just what's coming off the top of my head, but that's what I'm getting, is you're weeding out the different things that you don't necessarily need to put your time into because it's not building off of each other and eventually all adding up to grow into the big thing that you want it to grow into. Okay, so then we have the Judgment card. So again, this is the death and then the rebirth coming through, but it is in reverse, so I'm just going to check what it means. I did check the orientation as well. Okay, so it can be weakness, pusil, I can't even read that word. Anyways, I don't know what it means and I can't read it. Simplicity, also deliberation, decision, and sentence. So this is exactly what I'm saying, is you're getting really decisive, and simple with things. So you're not overcomplicating things, right? I mean, life is complicated as it is, but this is going into exactly what I was saying about kind of doing the spring cleaning of weeding out the things that don't matter and aren't adding value, and adding up into this little package that you're trying to build for yourself, right? You're making things simple. You're like, okay, does this benefit what I'm trying to grow? Yes or no? If it does, great, it goes in the basket. We're going to work on that and put energy into that. If it doesn't benefit, goodbye. You can fuck off. So that's what I'm getting, is you're making things simple for yourself and you're just being decisive. And that's also a big giant strength and point I need to talk about with the Queen of Swords, is that she's very decisive. All right, she knows who she is, she knows what she wants, and then she has that sword there. Again, the double-edged sword to decide, okay, it's like you can almost see, like, we'll use the card to illustrate it. So we have this little thing in front of us. It's a table that has a bunch of different stuff on it. So it's like, okay, does this help me out? Yes, it goes in the yes pile. Does this help me out? No, it goes in the no pile. And then we get rid of that stuff, and then we take care and we put energy into and we nurture the stuff that's in the yes pile. Okay, so it's like literally using that sword to cut and sever the difference between the good stuff and the beneficial stuff versus the stuff that's kind of just a waste of your time at this point. Because again, you're so focused and you're so determined to just use your time as optimally, as efficiently as you can to move yourself forward into what it is that you're trying to build, who it is that you want to be, and what it is that you want to see. Okay, so last card, we have High Priestess in reverse. Again, I'm just going to check the guidebook for it. I just feel really called to do that today. So reversed is passion, moral or physical ardor, conceit, and surface knowledge. Yeah, so what I'm getting is like the passion. That's really what jumped out to me about this, and surface knowledge as well. But to me, I'm getting that this is like a card where, yes, it came out in reverse, but I'm getting it can kind of transition back into the upright as well. So this is trying to deepen your knowledge and understanding, and like I'm saying, like putting your energy into the right things, like learning the right things, spending the right amount of time on things, really putting your time and energy into that, and deepening that practice, and not just keeping it on a surface level of, oh, I like this because it's cool, so I watch it, and even though it's a waste of my time and it doesn't get me anywhere, whatever, it's cool, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with just watching things for the sake of watching things, or learning things just for the sake of knowing it. But when you're so determined and you're so passionate about what it is that you're trying to build, and you're trying to get there, and you're being given the tools, and you're in this flow state, you just want to fucking go for it. You want to use all that fired up energy you have within you, that's also very present within this reading, and you just want to roll with it. You want to go with it. You want to flow with it. You don't want to be stuck wasting time. You don't want your momentum to be thrown off because you're throwing in other variables in there that really don't end up really adding up to anything, is kind of the point that I'm trying to get at, which I hope is coming across clearly. And you're just trying to make things really clear for yourself and simple, and not overly complicated, and like, oh my god, there's this and there's this. Like, no, there's a couple things, and we focus on that, we put our energy into that, and all of those things add up and expand upon each other, and they all have to do with the main focus. Okay, so yeah, I think that's all that needs to be said in this reading. I'm going to leave it there with you guys. It was a lot of information coming at you. Hopefully it was solidified enough that it could make sense, that you could, apply your situation to it as you need to, as it resonates. Okay, guys, so I'm going to leave it there for now, but I will hop on over to Patreon really quickly to do the Oracle card extended reading. We're going to get a couple Oracle cards, and then we'll wrap up the readings for tonight. But I sincerely thank you for joining in this reading today. Thank you so much for tuning in and for supporting me and the work that I do. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed today. I hope that you found something of resonance. Again, please continue to pray for the people of the Ukraine. Send all that good love and light, protection, healing energy to the people there. And yeah, continue sending all your light and your lovely, amazing, gorgeous energy out to anywhere, anybody, anything in the world that you think needs your time and your attention, right? But obviously, use your energy wisely, as this reading talks about. Okay, guys? So have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, night, whenever you're getting here. And my buddy Oyuk and I will see you all real soon. Okay, goodbye, guys.